Absolute Martian Manhunter 2. This is the kind of series that needs an issue-by-issue review because it's just so incredible. Denise Camp and Javier Rodriguez are doing something that just keeps blowing my mind. We're already at issue 2, and I cannot get enough here. And this one, I really have to say, Javier Rodriguez elevated this book to whole new heights here in his art. Absolute Martian Manhunter is about an FBI agent who the Martian Manhunter then has crept into his brain and is now living, so to speak, inside of him and whispering things to him. So he has this sort of alter ego that lives in his head and is trying to clue him in to these mass murders that are taking place. In the first issue, it's about a guy who blew himself up. And in this one, it's about a mass shooter that's going to go on a rampage here because he wants to get rid of aliens, and not as we sometimes might think of those people crossing borders, but as those from another planet. And look at the way Javier does this. Do you see how this is the killer here in the background? See how that fills the background of this page, lording over it? And then you can see in the sunglasses the reflection of all the people. It's starting this incredible motif that begins here. Once the active shooter gets going, you can see the people he's shooting all reflected inside of his body. Now, this killer is somebody that is struggling from schizophrenia and some other serious mental health issues, and just he's got a distorted reality. And you can see what an incredible way to portray it. And then look at this. Look at the way he's created the fear and threat of this guy by making him bigger than the buildings themselves, walking between them. It's an abstraction, but telling the feeling of the threat that people must feel when an active shooter is blasting people. You see this other moment here with the active shooter where John, the detective, can hear and listen to all the thoughts inside of his mind and his past and his history, and the way Javier put that inside of his brain and then splashed it with all those colors. That's a signature aspect of this coloring and art for this book, is the way the various colors play out and the way that John, our FBI agent, is seeing the world, because he can hear people's thoughts, their intentions, and the Martian Manhunter is trying to stop chaos and hurt from happening, and John is being tossed around with these thoughts, trying to capture it. What's cool is he's dealing with a schizophrenic shooter, and also he, as a person, is starting to feel like, am I schizophrenic? Because I have this other voice in my head telling me to do things. It's a really interesting duality that Denise has put together on this. This is a mad spoiler, but this page has to be talked about. The killer is shot, and you can see how all his memories and his life experiences, times when he was actually a good, lovely little boy, are blown out the back of his head and all that color. Now that's master artwork and storytelling. If you are on the fence about getting into this book, you should quickly hop off it before it's gone. Thanks to the incredible t-shirt design on this by Revenge of Comics and Pinball here in Los Angeles.